Hello everyone. In today's video we are going to be covering case 15 and 16, and this is one of my favorite cases because it's very easy to do. You don't even really have to care how it's oriented. There are oriented versions of this, but really the easy way to do it is to pick an empty slot. Doesn't matter what the slot is. Pick an empty slot and place the corner piece into the slot, U2, and then take the corner piece out just like you inserted it. And then you have your pair and you can insert it however you want. So even if it's here in this orientation, which now it's an oriented instead of a, it's a different slot, just put it in the slot, U2, take it out of the slot, and there's your pair. So this is a particularly easy case to remember because you only have to remember one thing for every single corner for every single orientation. So the non-oriented version of this is exactly the same. And to be safe, if all your other corners are full, you pick an empty slot, put the corner in the slot, U2, take the corner out of the slot, and then there's your pair, and then you would insert it, however you want. So if it's this case and here's your slot, and you place it in this orientation, so the white piece is kind of opposite of your slot, and then you perform the case to solve this OLL case, which we did in the previous example, or case 9 and 10, I believe, where you do an F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime, solve that. Well, if you perform that same alg here, if you place it kind of opposite of your slot, it'll pair your pieces in and orient them for you so you can insert them. So if it's a non-oriented version and it's in the front, and those are some weird stipulations, but if it's not oriented and it's in the front, you can perform that and it pairs your thing up, and then you can insert it. This is the left-hand version of that front version of the pairing. So another way to do this case is if you place the pair on the right-hand side or the left-hand side of the cube, so as long as it's not in the front or the back, then what you can do is you can separate this pair and make the easy case. And you do that by lowering you're hiding your edge piece and leaving this one in the top layer. So you hide it like this in this case. And then move your top layer over one and then fix your cross. And what that does is that sets up the easy case, and then you can insert the easy case. Now the only thing to know about this is I only ever use this when it's oriented and this back slot is empty, because by doing this, by breaking it up like this, you're going to break up this back slot as well. So this back slot has to be empty to do it. But if it's oriented, you can completely regripless solve this case. Same as the other side. So if it's oriented and this slot is empty, then you can break it up without regripping and without any rotations. Now I don't ever really use that unless this slot's empty and it's oriented, because if you do it with the non-oriented version, and here's your slot, so this is, we don't care, we can always do the non-oriented version because our slot's basically empty. And if we break it up, well, now we have the easy case, but the easy case is a little more difficult to insert when it's not oriented than a regular pair like that. I find this a little easier to insert like that. So that's just another way to do the insertion. I only ever use it if this back slot is empty, because then it's probably the fastest way to do it. Just break it up, easy case insertion. It's only a couple moves, but it does break up this back slot, so just know that. The easiest one to remember by far is this one, and that's why I like this case so much, is because if you see both colors on top and they're next to each other, then just pick a slot, put the corner into it, U2, and then take the corner out of it, and it pairs your pair up, and then you can insert the pair wherever you want. So you can know where your piece is going to be, or where your slot's going to wind up, by how the white piece is facing. So if your white is facing me, all that alg's going to do is move this edge piece right next to your corner piece back here. So if it's here and white's on this side, it's going to move this piece right here. So we'll put the thing in the corner, U2, and then take it out, and that puts it right in the corner. And you should be able to do this from all four angles. So if this is your and there's there's your pair. So all it's doing is moving your edge piece from here to here with the same orientation. So you know where your pair is going to line up at. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And the next cases that we are going to handle are case 17 and 18, which is these cases. Till then, happy cubing.